Imagine a world of elegance, mystery, and discipline. A world where every step, every gesture, every note of music is rehearsed to perfection. This is the life of the geisha, one of Japan's most fascinating yet misunderstood traditions. But behind the painted face and silk kimono lies a story far more complicated than most people realize. Many believe geishas existed for thousands of years, but that's not true. The geisha tradition actually began in the 18th century. Interestingly, back in the 13th century, the first geishas were men. They were called taikomochi, entertainers, storytellers, and companions to wealthy lords. They played music, danced, and kept conversations lively, entertainers who performed songs and dances at social gatherings. Over time, male geisha or taikomochi lost popularity. Wealthy patrons preferred the elegance of women trained in music, dance, and conversation. By the 18th century, the role of entertainer belonged almost entirely to women, and the word geisha became forever linked to them. Women took over the role, and the profession evolved into what we recognize today. Female performers trained in music, dance, tea ceremonies, and conversation. In the West, geishas have often been mistaken for prostitutes. This myth exploded after World War II, when American soldiers stationed in Japan confused geisha girls, women who provided companionship for money, with real geishas. But the truth is, geishas were never prostitutes. They were highly trained cultural artists, considered the guardians of traditional Japanese art and elegance. Becoming a geisha was not easy. Girls often started training as young as 15 years old, moving into an okiya, a geisha house. They trained as maiko, apprentices, for years, mastering the shamisen, a three-stringed instrument, traditional dances, tea ceremonies, and even the art of small talk. Their training could last for years before earning the title of full geisha. But this beauty came at a cost. Training was strict, demanding endless discipline. Maiko were often not allowed contact with their families, and their lives were controlled by the geisha house. Every performance, every gesture, even the way they walked had to be perfected. Failure was not an option. One of the most striking images of a geisha is the white makeup, red lips, and elaborate hair. But why white? In ancient Japan, most homes were lit with dim candles. The bright white makeup made the geisha's face glow in the darkness, emphasizing her expressions. It wasn't just for beauty, it was part of the art. Behind the elegance, geishas often lived difficult lives. Many were in debt to their okiya, bound to perform until they paid off the cost of their training. Some faced loneliness, as they were discouraged from marrying. Geishas gave their lives to art, but sometimes at the cost of personal happiness. Today, the number of geishas has declined dramatically. From thousands in the early 1900s, only a few hundred remain, mostly in Kyoto. They are still respected as living symbols of Japanese tradition. Tourists pay thousands to attend an evening with a geisha, not for intimacy, but to experience music, dance, and cultural conversation. So what is the truth about geishas? They were not prostitutes, but neither were they just entertainers. They were guardians of tradition, women who dedicated their lives to preserving beauty, art, and elegance in a changing world. Geishas remain a living symbol of Japan's history, mysterious, elegant, and misunderstood. And now you know the untold truth of the geisha. But tell me, what surprised you the most? their sacrifices, their training, or the myths? Drop your thoughts in the comments below